So how long is a cold open supposed to be?
Be happy.
Hey folks, welcome back to Late to the Game. This is my first video review, and it's not even going to be a review. It's just some hands-on impressions with the Titanfall Beta.
Okay, this is a battle of attrition. Eliminate all enemy forces. Good luck.
I say beta only meaning it in the loosest of terms. Last week we got access to a demo of Titanfall because realistically it wasn't the whole game, just a small slice. I think there was only 5 weapons that were available and 3 maps, so it was really more of a demo, a small slice of the entire content of Titanfall. We didn't actually get to see any of the multiplayer storyline that's supposed to be taking part, but that's okay, because you know what, it was still a lot of fun. Let's start with the namesake of the game, the Titans. Man, they feel fantastic. When you're in a Titan, you feel godlike. It's amazing. There's a really good feel, there's a good sound to it. You feel heavy, and yet when you hit the space to do dash moves, you still feel very agile. The different Titans that were available, one was a assault, the other was a tank, and then there was another one that I can't remember at the moment, and unfortunately I didn't take very good notes. But the tank Titan felt really much more tough, and the assault Titan felt much more, you know, damage and mobility intensive, which was really great. I loved the aspect of the game that, you know, the Titan it feels powerful while you're in it, but when you're not in a Titan and you're going up against a Titan trying to take one down, it doesn't feel like it's impossible. Your primary loadout comes with a primary weapon, a anti-Titan weapon, and a sidearm. You then get two abilities, or well, one tier kit, and then something to augment that, basically. Everything feels really fast. I really enjoyed that. The pacing of the combat is very good. A lot of people were really worried about the 6v6, but with the addition of NPC characters, both Spectres, which seem to be anti-Titan NPCs, and Grunts, which seem to be more pilot NPCs, then I feel like the game actually moves a lot faster, and so there's not as much downtime. You've constantly got targets, and realistically, you know, it's giving you an opportunity. The game seems to give you an opportunity to win at every corner. Killing the Grunts is super easy, especially if you're using something like the Smart Pistol, which we'll actually get into a little bit later. And killing pilots was still satisfactorily difficult, right? Like, you couldn't just one-shot them with a Smart Pistol, and so, or a rifle. You know, it took some time to take a person down, much less than an NPC, which I think is really a good balance, right? We just want the NPCs to be fodder to make us feel, you know, more powerful or better at the game than we really are, maybe. And so that way we're actually having more fun. We're constantly having fun. And I really feel like the developers had that in mind when they designed the game overall. They wanted to make something that was just fun. As I said before, there's multiple opportunities to win. Even if you're not going to win the match, there's an opportunity for evacuation to get extra experience points, which is great. I mean, I really loved the aspect of either when you're on the winning team, hunting down all of the people that are on the losing team before they can evacuate. And as a person on the losing team very frequently, I really enjoyed the aspect of trying to escape. And, you know, the strategicness that comes with doing that. using your Titan to guard the drop point and that kind of thing is actually really thoughtfully put together and extremely well executed. I mean, I'm not even good at this game. I'm in fact pretty terrible at shooters, and I still put about 19 hours into the beta. I was just having too much fun. I think it may have caused some marital strife. The beta included 3 different types of matches. We had a team deathmatch, which was called Attrition. There was a domination mode called Hardpoint, and then there was Last Titan Standing, where basically everybody starts out in a Titan, and once you've died, your Titan is dead, and you can't get another one until the next round. I don't know if it has a corollary to Call of Duty. I'm still kind of new to the whole genre. One thing I think might be nice actually as an addition would be maybe like a gambler perk like they have in Call of Duty. That was actually one of my favorite aspects of Call of Duty Ghosts was the gambler perk that gave you a random perk on respawn. Having something like that in like the tier 2 kit would be really kind of fun. I think it would add a little variety and randomness and maybe keep people from min-maxing so much with their tiers and perks and stuff. So we had 5 kinds of guns in this particular beta. First was an assault rifle, then we had a shotgun. It didn't really feel like the game was really designed with a shotgun style a weapon in mind. A lot of the maps were very large and had long distances in them. And so, there wasn't a lot of mazy, close combat kind of, situations where a shotgun could excel. We also had an SMG and your standard sniper rifle. And last but certainly not least was the Smart Pistol. Basically, the Smart Pistol has a large reticle in the middle of the screen that if you keep NPCs in it for just a second, it automatically will, you click and you have a headshot on as many as are in your viewfinder at the time. Now you'd think that this would be a really overpowered way to go about killing pilots. It's really not. You actually have to keep a pilot in the reticles for much longer than you have to do an NPC, and so it actually makes for a very well balanced weapon, I found. Still, it's fairly close range. It's certainly closer than the assault rifle or the sniper rifle or the SMG even, but it does seem to have a much longer range than the shotgun, making it much more viable. It was so much fun. For anti-Titan weapons, it was kind of like a pulse cannon and a rocket launcher type thing. The rocket launcher seemed to take a long time to lock. I generally preferred using the pulse cannon. I don't even remember. I think it was called the Sidewinder. I actually really enjoyed that play much more. It felt much more active. It felt much more like it felt like it was suited more to the kind of play that Titanfall was designed for. Very active, very movement-based play. Sidearms, there was an automatic pistol and a single-shot pistol or semi-automatic pistol, which is pretty generic fare. The Titans had pretty much the same thing, kind of a chain gun or like a rocket launcher and a machine gun style rifle that was for the Titans. All the Titans came with stock. One of my favorite abilities really was the Vortex Shield. Basically, the Vortex Shield would collect all of the bullets, rockets, and stuff coming at the front of your Titan, and then when it expired, you could fire them back at the enemy Titan that was shooting them at you. Really enjoyed the dynamic of that and the strategy that brought in with it. It was really just a super fun game. Like I said, even when you're going up against Titans, the Titans feel super powerful. They have a lot of weight to them in their movement and how they feel overall. And it was overall a very, very well executed mech. Well, in conclusion, like I said, I had a really great time with this game. I feel like overall it was just intended for fun.